Sharpen your mind to become formless. So, you've probably sat down before and you've basically realized that, like, okay, you have homework to do, you also have some music work to do, you've also got this essay you have to do as well for like school or something, right? Well, your mind is all scattered, isn't it? You're stressed about all these other things, about all these sources. But what if I told you that there's a way to actually narrow your focus into certain things so then you can do each thing effectively instead of bouncing around everything and then not being able to think at all and then getting stressed and not being able to sleep? Basically, a whole snowball can arise as a result. Well, I find it so stupid that, like, literally in school, you can literally spend 16, 20, 22 years in education, but you never actually learn how to learn well, which is really dumb, isn't it? It's really odd that the fact that most, literally, for your entire childhood and your teens, you never learn how to learn properly. You are just stuffed full of knowledge, but they don't tell you how to learn it properly. They never do that for you. So I'm going to teach you some of the things that you can use to actually just learn properly, all right, to literally sharpen your mind, so then it can literally mold into anything that you need it to be, which is why I say it's formless, to not be this one thing, so it can actually learn anything. Okay, so the very first thing, you'd think that I would suggest meditation, but no, I am suggesting to you, and I made the video about this before as well for music students, but this applies to all students, anyone that wants to use their brain. All right, like your brain will literally work better. Intermittent fasting, or just fasting in general. But if you're just starting off, just use intermittent fasting. Now, intermittent fasting, very easily put, is basically skipping out breakfast and not eating snacks. Okay? And that means from the moment you wake up, don't eat any calories, and even coffee, if you need like caffeine to wake up, which I would suggest you do. However, I would just wait like maybe an hour before you do. Okay? That way you don't have like an afternoon crash. However, I want you to try intermittent fasting. Don't eat breakfast. You're gonna have lunch at like 12, 1, and then have your dinner as usual. Okay, just try not to have any snacks as well, by the way. Okay, now what that does is that basically clears your head. So for the morning, from like literally from the moment you wake up 7 a.m. to let's say 1 a.m., your mind is gonna be so clear. You'll be able to do any type of work that you really need to do, where it really hones in, where you really need to use your brain. So like if you need to write something like an essay, or you need to play piano, literally something that requires a lot of brain power, try to do it in the morning where you haven't had like any food or anything. That way you can think so clearly. You've probably had this before, like when you had like Christmas dinner and basically like you're stuffed to the brim, and then you're just sitting there like, I can't think, I just want to go to sleep. That is basically you if you weren't intermittent fasting. That's basically you at a 10-20% level all the time if you're just eating, snacking all the time. However, when you take that away, you can think so much clearer, you're much more focused, and you feel less tired. Okay? The first few days, in fact the first week, might feel a bit bad. However, after that, you'll get used to it and you'll feel really great. Okay? And the second thing is meditation. Now, meditation, I made a video on this as well, but very simply, okay, meditation is being able to focus on anything in general. Okay, so the first thing I suggested was intermittent fasting, right? That literally affects you physically. All right, now, um, you need to do meditation because it will literally focus on your brain, to literally train your brain to be able to focus, to bring its attention back to the moment, back to the subject, instead of letting it drift off and letting it go forever beyond. Okay, like if you had this before, you've probably been in class and then you're trying to listen to the teacher, and then literally 5 minutes in listening in, you realize you're not even thinking about the lesson anymore. You're literally thinking about what you're going to do after school, and then you're like, okay, I had to focus, had to make sure that I know this because I need to do it for the exam. And then your mind literally wanders off a minute after. You can literally avoid that by doing meditation, because meditation is literally the practice of bringing your focus back to the present moment. And the present moment thing normally is your breath. However, what you can do, there is multiple forms of meditation. I tried meditation just recently and I realized it doesn't really work for me anymore, and I fall into anxiety. So what you can do instead is basically go for a walk. Don't, this is going to be somewhat difficult, but if you find you cannot sit down and just, close your eyes and just focus on your breath, and I'm going to explain to you the normal traditional way of meditation. So find a comfortable spot to sit and just close your eyes and just breathe. And I want you to focus on your breath coming in and out, all right? And when you realize that your attention is taken away somewhere else, where you're thinking about something else, bring it back to your breath, okay? Just repeat that, okay? Just try to keep focusing on your breath, and then when your attention is away, bring it back to the breath. And then build that up to a maximum of 20 minutes. You can do that, and that will make a huge difference. All right, the higher you can go, the better, but 20 minutes is pretty good. But build up from like 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 15 minutes. Just do that, okay? Because right now, your brain is pretty much fried all the time. Now, the alternative way, if you don't want to sit down, you can literally go for walks, right? Don't have music in, okay? Just literally go without your phone or anything. Literally walk outside and then take a 5-10 minute walk and just listen to the sounds of everything. Feel everything, be in the present moment. Every step you take, feel the ground. Do you smell anything? What do you smell? What do you see in front of you? Do you literally feel like literally the rain pouring down your face because you forgot to bring a jacket? Or like, can you hear the sounds of the rain on your umbrella? Just be in the present moment and try to do that for like 5 minutes. Just notice the things around you. Notice how the weight of your clothes are literally hanging on you. Literally notice everything. Do that 5-10 minutes. Try to do that like every so often, maybe like once every 3-4 days. Right, the more often you can do it, the better, because that's basically just meditation as well, because it's just bringing your mind to the present moment. Now, the third and final thing is exercise. Okay, I made a video about this as well, but basically exercise, it is sending, a lot of people don't really know this, however, it is literally making your body more efficient and sending oxygen everywhere, which includes your brain. Okay, you will literally be a smarter person if you do exercise. And I know that there's some like cultural stuff where if you are super big and buff, you aren't that smart, but you can still be fit. You can still do exercise and still be smart, which I hate that idea that literally just being big and buff makes you dumb. It's not. But you don't need that much muscle in order to basically get the benefits, okay? So just do regular exercise if you can, literally 3 times a week, or if you've never exercised before, just do it once a week, then twice a week, then 3 times a week. That's fine, okay? Just do like a few push-ups, squats. Push-ups, squats, sit-ups. That should be it for now, okay? Just do as many as you can until you feel tired, and then move on to the next exercise. If you need some help with like exercise stuff though, I would just even search up an exercise routine that you might be interested in. Just go into YouTube, literally search up exercise routine 30 minutes. Just do that, follow it. They'll teach you everything. They'll make sure that you don't hurt yourself, okay? Just be very careful. But do that as much as you can, like 3 times a week. That should be fine, okay? If you follow all these things, so if you follow intermittent fasting, which is the first thing, these are in order of importance. So that means intermittent fasting is the most important, meditation, then exercise. You'll realize that your mind is literally so sharp, okay? And whatever you need to focus on, you're working at like its potential, its maximum capacity. Otherwise, I mean, I don't know right now anyway, but like, there are some like drugs for like your brain and all to make it think faster, but we're not doing any of that. I find that stuff weird. All right, it's like nootropics, but I wouldn't suggest doing that. Literally, if you want to sharpen yourself in the most natural way, this is the best way. So intermittent fasting, meditation, and exercise. Those 3 things will make you formless to sharpen your mind. Hopefully this makes sense, because I basically plan to make you the musician of the future, or if you're not becoming a musician, just a far, far better person. I'll see you later. If you like this video, subscribe.